best money saving tips, we're coming in about 20K over budget.
Okay. It's gonna kind of come down to, I guess, how your building's gonna be used and what your plans are. But first thing I would do is, if you're trying to save some money, I would focus on sizes, whether it's the width or the length that makes the most sense, that gives you the best value. So generally speaking, that's going to be widths in the 32 to 46 foot width range. And then as far as length goes, it's going to be a building that's spaced columns either 10 or 12 foot on center typically. But all that's going to depend on your wind and snow loads and the height of the building and how you're going to use that building. Is it a garage shop? Is it a home? All of that comes into play. So depending on, really some of the fine details, I don't have a ton of suggestions there. There's certain options though that I would say do not do without in the beginning. There's certain things you can add later. There's certain things you have one shot to do it right, and don't leave your building without them.
Yeah, I would say, as far as your number one savings, especially since so much of our audience now are people that are building homes,
Yep.
barn dominiums, houses, just post frame homes in general. So your number one saver is be your own general contractor.
Sure.
And I know this may sound intimidating to some of you, but if you really look at what's a general contractor doing, well, if your expectation is that they are taking care of everything for you, and they're just going to hand you a key when everything is done, you're going to pay a real premium for that.
A lot.
And typically, I was a general contractor for a decade, and our cut of the pie for the privilege of us being your general contractor is we got 25%.
Sure.
So this is the difference between a $400,000 completion and a $300,000 completion. And for $100,000, or let's say 200 to 150 for $50,000, I can make a lot of phone calls.
Yep.
I can show up at my job site and make sure that people are showing up when they're supposed to show up, that they're doing things the way that I anticipate they should be done. And realistically, even if you hire a general contractor, you better be showing up and eyeballing things anyhow.
Don't just trust them.
Yeah, or you're gonna be setting yourself up for disappointment, quality control that is maybe not what you would be looking for. So that's your number one savings, is be your own general contractor. Outside of that, the next thing is to do it yourself as much as you can possibly do. And I see people that they're looking for people to put up their building shelves.
Yeah.
It's not that difficult.
Yeah, we both, in some fashion, built our own buildings in some way.
Yes.
And as long as you have, the gumption to get up and do something and read some plans, you'll probably take more time and do a better job than most people you can hire to do it for you.
Yeah, and I think an important part of that is the quality of the finished product. When you build something for yourself, especially if you have no preconceived notions of right or wrong, you'll follow the directions, and B, you won't cut corners. If I am a building erector and I have told you that I'm going to put up your building shelf for X dollars, once we have a contract and I'm on your site, I am doing everything I can to make sure that my time is as minimal as possible, because time is money, and that's how I make money.
Yeah. It really isn't difficult. As long as you can follow directions and plans, you can do pretty much all of our buildings.
Yeah, I've had clients where I had a couple that was almost 80 years old put up a building together. I had a guy he had just retired, 66 years old, and he put up seriously a 10,000 square foot riding arena with attached stalls on one side. He did everything himself other than he had a helper with the roof steel
Sure.
and a crane to raise the 66-foot span trusses.
Yep.
The balance of it he did himself, and when he got it done, his wife actually contacted me and said, "Thank you for finding something to keep him out of my hair." So it was a win-win for everybody.